name is Kirsten. So now, Wen is going to tell us all about what kind of water reservoir Taipei uses and the process it has to go through before sending water to our community. While I'm going to demonstrate the use of our DIY water reservoir. So actually first, I'm going to show you the parts of it and why sometimes it looks different to the one you wanted us to make. So first, this is the collector. It's going to collect the rainwater that falls in, and this is the filter. So because our rainwater might have any kind of things, such as any kind of little twigs, branches, or leaves, this simple basic filter, will just transport the water over here, which is the transporter. And this will transport the water to the storer, which, when we open this little cap, will send the water to the bucket. Unfortunately, since we don't have yarn, we weren't able to put our invention into a yarn. So, as a replacement, we used a cardboard box. And also, since we don't really have any cellophane tape, we use this kind of tape here, a similar kind of tape to cellophane tape. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. About water reservoirs and the type that Taipei uses. Okay, to answer your question, our homeland, Taipei City, uses this reservoir called Fan Shui Water Reservoir. And normally it will gather the water from the rain. And when the rain gets dipped inside its store, there will have a huge machine that starts cleaning. I remember I watched a book, and there are millions of processes inside. First, those water needs to be cleaned by one of the machines, which first soaks up the dust or the viruses inside, but it's not exactly clean. Secondly, at the other layer, they are starting to get more cleaner, and after layers and layers, they will be the water that we use. So it can be really expensive and have lots of processes because they need to turn this very bit of rainwater into our drinkable water for us to use. Yes, and now it is time for me to demonstrate the use of our DIY water reservoir. So first, since for all these days we haven't had a lot of rainwater, we use tap water as a replacement. So first, you soak this water into the filter. Okay, so let's see what happens. The water soaked into the filter is then transported inside this storer, as I call it, because it stores water up for any need later. So first we put more water. Okay, now as we can see, the water is transporting down here and into the store for us to use for later on. And then when we really need water, when we really need this kind of water, all we have to do is open a tap, and then the water will come inside a bucket, and it will be usable for us. Unfortunately, we should know that in Taiwan, we have lots of different factories that produce greenhouse gases. So the level of acid in our water is a bit higher, which makes it undrinkable for us. But they're still usable. It is still usable with ways such as mopping, flushing the toilet, and also watering our lawns. So now we can see this is the way that we chose to use our DIY water reservoir. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.